Hello, good afternoon, everyone. It's me, Jessica, your health fitness program manager from Miter McLean, and I'm going to be leading you through your Tabata HIIT workout, which starts in 5 amazing minutes at 4:30. If you have some weights, I put the workout in the subject. You can see where you might need some weights. If you don't have any weights, grab yourself some cans, and if you don't have any of that, just do the best that you can with the body that you have today and really think about engaging your muscles and squeezing the muscle groups that we're going to use as much as possible and enjoy that isometric contraction. Seems like we're going to be home for a little longer, so keep an eye out on the interwebs to get yourself some more weights if you don't have any, so that you can continue to challenge yourself at home. I know that that's something I've been looking for. I'm good on Amazon a lot. But for today, I'm going to use my amazing 3-pound weights because that's all I have for now. We're going to get started with a nice little warm-up in about 3 minutes. I will not be wearing shoes because of my neighbor. However, you're welcome to wear shoes to help you with that structure in your feet. I'll see you guys at 4:30. Make sure you have some water. Grabbing that water. Good. Right. My ankle buck. High quality H2O. Don't worry, this one's coffee. This one's coffee. We got 1 minute till we get started, you guys. We got a really fast warm up today. We're gonna get right into our workout. Give us a little extra time at the end to just really stretch, relax, and cool down. In my space. Make sure you've got some space for yourself. We're definitely going to take a little bit of movement, especially in the beginning of the class for our warm-up. Excuse me. And then for our first exercise, We're going to cycle a bit today between cardio and strength, giving ourselves a chance to allow that heart rate to come down for an exercise and then bring it right back up for the exercise that follows. I think it's time. It's time. Welcome. Make some space for yourself. Start to just shake it out. You know, my favorite thing to do to get started is just to start to take some circles with your shoulders, starting to pull that belly button back towards your spine, finding your abdominal engagement. Go ahead, change direction of your shoulder circles. Feel free to just shake off whatever is happening in your day, whatever is happening in your weekend. It's over. You're here right now for this workout. Can I put this in your ankle block? Thank you very much. Okay, so the first move that we're going to do is going to be a big lateral skater step. You can either have it a hop here or just step out nice and wide. Oops. Feel free to use those arms too during this skater set, starting to find a little bit of a twist. Remember, this is just our warm-up, so move it as fast, as big, or as slow as works for you. Let's do 10 more right here. 10, 9, you can even turn your head over your shoulder a little bit. Keep that belly tight. 6, 5. We're going to keep this move up, option to stay right here or at a tap down towards the floor. So right leg goes back, finger comes down, belly pulled in nice and tight. Especially if you're going to take this hinge forward. Anytime you're hinging forward, just keeping that belly pulled in really tight to protect that lower back. 4 more right here. 4 on each side. Of course, 3. Pull that stomach in. 2. And 1. Nice work. Stand yourself up. Bring your feet about hips width distance apart. Next up, we're going to reach our arms up overhead. We're going to do a squat with an overhead reach. And then as you stand up, extend up, butt kickers. Squat and kick. Squat and kick. So really reaching those fingers behind you, bringing the weight into your heels. And then try to kick your own butt. Reach those fingers to the sky. 10 more. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6. Weight in those heels. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Awesome. Come up down towards the end of your mat. I'm going to move these weights out of my way. Next up, we've got an inchworm. We're going to inchworm all the way out. And then once you get there, drop those hips down. Stretch up for up dog. Pubic mound presses towards the mat. Curl those toes under. Send your hips up. Down dog. Walk yourself back. Keep that belly tight. 4 more. Walk yourself out. Hands, palms under shoulders. Hips come down. Look up and change. Hips go up. Walk yourself back. Keep that stomach sucked in. 3. Good. Push yourself back up. Last 2. Final 1. Chill out, Uncle Bun. Awesome. Go ahead, walk your hands down. Let's take a moment here in tabletop. Just stretching out in our warm-up. Some sort of cat-cow, maybe taking some twists of your hips, maybe going for some regular cat-cow. Just working to release and relax your body today. Only you know what feels best for you. This is truly just a little break in our warm-up for some personal movement. All right, because next up we're going to bring our right foot forward, come into a nice big runner's lunge. You can keep that left knee on the floor if you need to. If not, can you curl those toes up and come into a lifted runner's lunge? Reach your right arm up towards the ceiling. Send your right leg back, left leg forward, and twist it open. Now you can stay on those knees if you need to. Nice work. We got 2 more on each side. That's it. That's our whole warm-up for today. Last one, right and left. Yay! And then find your way back to a standing position. Gently roll it up. Cool. Keep a little motion going while I tell you what move number one is. We're going to start off with that cardio push for today. So move number one is fast feet. I really want you to focus on getting those heels up off of the floor and finding the fastest movement that you can with your feet. Don't even worry about moving forward or backwards. I'm going to bring that in a little bit later. For now, fastest feet that you can have, heels lifted but staying close towards the floor. See if you can even bend those knees, stay low, and keep your belly in tight. Who's ready? Move number one starts in 3. Roll those shoulders down and back. 2. Pull that belly nice and tight. 1. Find focus of your eyes. Fast feet. Oh my God, my neighbor's gonna hate me. It's only 4 minutes. It's only 4 minutes, you guys, as fast as you can go. Thankfully, I have the yoga mat, a rug, a mat cover. 3, 2, 1. Take a break. Awesome. Feel free to just shake it out here. During your break, same thing. Just gonna focus on these fast feet as fast as you can go. Come back in. Feel free to find one spot on the floor in front of you. Focus your eyes. Pull that belly in tight. Slight bend in those knees. Hinging forward just a teeny bit. Okay, buddy. 3, 2, 1. Nice work. Shake it off, shake it out. Same thing again. 3, 2, 1. Here we go. Make sure those heels are staying off the floor. They're not pressing down between each of your fast feet. You just have the fastest feet that you can. Do you feel it in those quads and your thighs yet? Do you feel it in your glutes? 3, 2, 1. Take a break. All right, if you want to do something a little bit different, I want you to create a semicircle. You're just going to go in a semicircle in 3, 2, 1. Here we go. Still as fast as you can go. Just getting a little lateral movement here. Keep it up, you guys. I know. Be a little weird. 4. Move those feet. 3, 2, 1. Way to go. Halfway through. Halfway right now. Just over a minute of work to go of this move. 3, 2, 1. Here we go. Either just making those feet move as fast as you possibly can today. Make sure you're not rounding your back. Nice flat back as you can. Chest is open, shoulder blades engaged. Wave to the crowd. 3, 2, 1. Take a break. Keep breathing. 4, 3, 2, 1. Here we go. Oh my gosh, have you guys seen that YouTube video of the people who live upstairs and they're actors and they try to do everything that they can to bother the neighbors below them? 3, 2, 1. That feels like me. What could she be doing up there right now? You'd think that she's rolling bowling balls. 3, 2, 1. Here we go. I did get a gift this weekend, you guys. It's a cowbell. Also, I got a melodica, and my neighbor asked me to please stop playing it. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Bam! One more time, you guys. One more time. And then we get to hit the floor. We're going to bring our weights. 4, 3, 2. Fastest feet that you got. If making this semicircle is slowing you down, stay in one place. Find one spot to focus those eyes in front of you. Pull that belly in tight. Whew. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Bam. You made it. It's okay. Grab some water if you want. Take a couple seconds to yourself. We're going to bring those heart rates down just a little bit. in our next move, our chest fly. Excuse me, stuff. Okay, chest fly time. So let's go ahead, come on down onto the floor. If you got those cans, bring those cans with you. We're gonna start off with just our chest fly. Excuse me, everything I own. Thanks for being in the way. I know, okay. All right, so for this chest fly with your head down on the mat, I want you to glue that lower back down on the mat as well. So you can take a nice bend of your knees. You're gonna start with your hands right above your chest, shoulders pulled away from your ears, belly pulled in tight. You're gonna open up, back of the knuckles, come down to the floor, and bring it right back up. And that's the move we're gonna start with today, you guys. Let's do that for the first 2 rounds in 3, 2, 1. Here we go. Belly pulled nice and tight, lower back, mostly glued down to the mat. Using your breath, make sure that your chin is neutral towards your chest, and even if you have no weights in your hands, you can still really work to squeeze that chest, that area. If you're wearing a bra, take a break. Where it attaches to the strap is really what we're working right now. In 4, 3, 2, 1, here we go. Same thing. Let's do this same thing one more time. Really focus on just keeping your belly pulled in tight, getting as much of your neck and back vertebrae flat on your mat as you possibly can. A little bend in your elbows here. Belly button towards the back of the spine. Glue that lower back down one more time. And take a break. All right, so next up, we're going to work a little bit harder by bringing your knees in towards tabletop. Work to keep those knees on top of your hips. 3, 2, 1, here we go. And you're going to start to engage that lower belly. If you felt your back really arch up off of the floor, you can bring those knees a little bit closer towards your chest, make it a little bit easier for yourself. But I can't wait to tell you about something exciting we're going to do in the next round. If this is easy for you with knees over hips, take a break. All right, so if you want to work a little bit harder, you have an option to do a nice fly and then kick your legs out. Let's go for it. So fly and then leg extension. If going for this double leg extension is also making you arch that back off of the floor, think about extending out one leg at a time. Something for everyone, you guys. Keep breathing. Take a break. Take a break. Over here. 4, 3, 2, 1. And remember, the more that you just have your knees away from the center line of your body, even if you're not extending those legs at all, you're going to be working your lower abs a little bit more by creating a slightly less stable reverse table. 3, 2, 1, take a break. Feel free to windshield wipe your knees. If you're feeling a lot of lower back pain, come back to one of our earlier modifications. 3, 2, here we go. Shouldn't really be feeling a lot of back pain here. If you are, then your core just might not be as strong as you were hoping that it would be, and your back's probably lifting off of the mat, and we just want to find a way for you to glue that back down. Come back to focusing on the squeezing, like you're popping. Take a break. A giant bubble between your hands and the pressure that would take. 2 more rounds. 4, 3, 2, 1. And if all of this seems easy, come back into this nice legs fully extended. Make sure you're not holding your breath. Normal to feel the back come off of the mat a teeny bit. We just don't want to feel a large arch happening. Take a break. One more, you guys, and we're gonna get up off the floor. In 4, 3, 2, 1. Here you go. Find that squeeze. Pull that belly in. Use your breath. How much of your body can you engage? You know what I always say? Making it tighter will make it lighter. Yes, we made it. All right, find your way back to your feet. So that's where we got our next move. I do believe we got some squats. Squats with a squeeze, you guys. Grab that water once more if you want it. I'm gonna bring those heart rates back up with our squeeze and squat. We're gonna bring our weights with us. So we're gonna have the option to use those too. All right, we're gonna go for somewhat narrow squat here today. So just make sure as you come into the squat, we're gonna keep our hands right here at our shoulders with our weights to help us really work to keep those chests lifted. And the beginning move is just gonna be a nice squat as low as feels good for you. Really focus on weight in your heels and hips going back, not weight in your toes and your heels lifting up. Now, no hitting your toes, they were little. Mostly weight in your heels. Reach back for the chair, and if you really struggle, find a couch that you can have behind you to truly sit down, press yourself back up, and make sure the pressure is in your heels, not in the balls of your feet. Okay, that's gonna be our starting move for our first 2 rounds in 3, 2, 1, here we go. So just squat, weight in your heels, and lift, and squeeze. That's the part I forgot to tell you about. Really squeezing it forward. Woo, like there's money there. Oh my gosh. Bam. Like you have no way to press the street crossing sign except with your bits. Take a break. Take a break. So you gotta really squeeze at the very top. No matter what today, focus on continuing that squeeze. And begin. Here we go. So your feet are still a pretty narrow stance. Maybe hips width distance apart. We already got round 1. Can you find a little bit of speed? We were hanging out down on the floor. So let's get those heart rates back up. Weight in your heels. All right, take a break. Now, if you want to work a little bit harder this time, as you squat down, you're going to lift your arms up overhead and bring them right back down. No hanging out with your arms to the sky. And begin. If you don't want to do these arms to the sky, feel free to just keep those hands at your shoulders. If you have no weights and your balance is feeling really challenged, you can keep your hands at your waist. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Now the most important things, your weights in your heels, you're squeezing at the top. 5, 4, 3, open those chests, pull your belly in and begin. Squat, squeeze, and squeeze them down. Right into your down. No hanging out with those arms up overhead. If you find that having your arms come up overhead is slowing you down, remember, take it out, come back to your big squeeze at the top. 3, 2, 1. Now you can stay right here, or you're going to step out, step in, and opposites. Here we go. 3, 2, 1. Oh my God. Why is this so much harder? I'm gonna separate that action out. Okay. Remember, weights in your heels at the top. Push it forward. 3, 2, take a break. 3 more to go, you guys. 3, 2, 1. Here we go. Either staying right here, pushing it up, or I get so confused right now. I'm gonna stay right here, but you can always step it out side to side. Adding a little more inner outer thigh. 3, 2, 1. Take a break. Sometimes it's hard to put it all together, so stick with the basics. You can always try it again later. 3, 2, 1. Here we go. Squat and then stand up, but you're squeezing at the top. Pump it. Halfway. Find that speed again. The best speed that you can have with weight in your heels and that squeeze the glutes. Take a break. 1 more round. 1 more round. Then we'll bring the cardio down a little bit. 3, 2, 1. Here we go. Nice work, you guys. Keep it up. Don't stop on yourselves now. Find what works for you today. Find that speed. Squeeze it forward. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Boom, boom. All right, keep those weights in your hands. Grab that water once again. Next up, in that Romanian deadlift form, so feet about hips width distance apart. You're gonna take a slight bend in your knees and your hips are gently gonna send back. Make sure you're not bringing the weight to the outsides of your feet or too much to the inside. So your toes, your balls of your feet ground nicely on the mat. A nice flat back, starting with your hands, palms in towards each other. Actually, we're gonna start with our hands, palms towards our thighs. We're gonna go for a nice wide row to begin with, out towards the side. So first 2 rounds are gonna be a nice wide row. Then we're gonna switch to a more narrow row. So we're always gonna start with our palms towards our thighs. And the first one is just out wide. The second one, like you're painting the bottom of the weight. You twist your wrist up your thigh to kind of tickle your rib cage. And then we're gonna add some push-ups. Okay, 3, 2, 1, here we go. So nice flat back. Remember, starting out wide. You are working to squeeze those shoulder blades together, like your elbows are squeezing in towards each other. Find a spot on the floor in front of you to focus your eyes, chin neutral to your chest. Breathe it out, wide. 3, 2, 1, take a break. Awesome. Make sure you do have this slight bend in your knees, starting to get a little engagement in your glutes as well. 3, 2, 1, bend it forward, pull that belly in, wide. One more time. Squeeze those elbows towards each other, scapula coming together, pull your belly in again. What's happening with your feet? Heels, big toes, pinkies. 3, 2, 1. Wow. Sweatier than I thought today. All right, now we're gonna go for that tickling your rib cage, just a little bit tighter. 3, 2, here we go. So you're still sending those hips towards the back behind you. It feels a little like those squats that you're not bringing the weight forward to your toes to let your knees come forward of your toes. Knees either above the arch of your foot or the ankles. 3, 2, 1. Nice. I really want you focusing on that squeeze together. Let's do that same thing again. 3, 2, 1. Here we go. So the bottom of the weight or your can is basically painting right up your thigh and right back down. Bring the weight back to your heels. Find that spot on the floor 6 feet away and stare at it. 3, 2, 1. Nice work. Okay, here's a fun option to now do these down on the floor and your plank for a little renegade row. 3, 2, 1. Let's do it from the knees to begin with. Just in case you can't be on those toes, that same stillness that you were finding with your upper body when we were just hinged forward, I want you to really work on finding that if you're down here for your renegade row. 3, 2, 1, take a break. Working on pulling those elbows back towards your spine. 3, 2, 1. Hands, palms are right underneath of those shoulders. Maybe you can come all the way up onto your toes. Things are getting a little slippery here. I'm going to stay on my knees. Remember, you could stay standing and you can stand back up if you need to, if you're feeling uncomfortable, or we're just working those shoulders a little bit more. 3, 2, take a break. We got 2 more rounds, less than 1 minute of work to go. 40 seconds. What can you do? Try the most challenging thing for you right now. Maybe if you're having trouble holding onto the weights, you hang out in a plank, you grab your weight and you focus on the squeeze. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Nice work. Almost there. Then we're gonna get on our backs. 3, 2, 1. Here we go. And you can do that same thing right here with your knees on the floor, placing those hands down. Even if you're just working with one weight. Sometimes having your hands a little closer to the center of your chest as you switch off here can help you find a little more balance. 3, 2, 1. Way to go, you made it. Take a couple seconds to yourself. Shake out those shoulders. We're gonna let those shoulders relax. We're gonna work on those abs next. Only 2 moves left, you guys. 2 moves left. And then we're into Chill Town. Chill Town. Oh, can you guys see this awesome picture I found on the side of the road this weekend? I was just talking to someone about how you don't see things on the side of the road anymore. And then I found this great barnyard cow. A lot of debate about whether a cow with udders would still have horns. Let me know in the comments if that's possible. We think it's wrong. Still, really nice frame. Okay, to the floor. Let's keep it weird. Yay! It's a hollow hold, you guys. We're gonna go for a hollow hold down here on the floor. So number one thing that you're gonna do is glue that lower back down and start to find a little bit of a C curve. We're gonna start with our shoulders off of the floor because that's actually gonna be a little bit easier with those shoulders lifted. And to make it easier on yourself, you can reach your fingers down towards your knees. So you're just gonna do your best to hang out right here, working to press that lower back down towards the mat. If you're having trouble, just lift those legs up a little bit higher. The lower your legs are towards the floor, the more challenging it's gonna be. Let's all start right there with our fingers reaching towards our hips in 3, 2, 1. Here we go. So your chin is gently tucked towards those chests. Shoulders are off of the mat. A little bit of a curve here. Don't feel like you need to stretch, squeeze your shoulder blades together. Can you lower those feet for 3, 2, 1? Take a break. Think about drawing your knees in towards your chest. Oh, we're going to keep up that same move, but if you want to work a little bit harder, you get to inhale your arms up overhead right now. Still keeping our shoulders up off of the floor. Fred, stay chill in the chat, okay? Pull that belly in tight. 3, 2, 1. Take a break. Yay! Fun option for the next round, just to add a little bit of a flutter kick. 3, 2, 1. So maybe you try that flutter again with your arms reaching towards your glutes is a little bit easier. Arms up overhead, remember, is harder for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Take a break. This next one's our halfway mark. 4, 3, 2, 1. Here we go. Keep those shoulders off the floor to begin with. I will give you an option to keep those shoulders down on the floor for the next round. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Take a break. Okay, so if you want to work even harder, you can bring your shoulders and your head down towards the mat and still get this kick. But if it hurts your back, lift those shoulders back up. Here we go. I'm going to keep my legs a little higher. I'm tired. Who's tired? But who's still going? Yes. Distract your mind. Use your breath. 4, 3, 2, 1. Take a break. Oh, we're so worth it. Did I say this was the last move? It's not. We have one more after this, and we're almost there. 3, 2, 1. Here we go. Your choice. Either arms up overhead, head down on the floor, work a little bit harder. Oh my gosh. Keep going. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Last 2 rounds, you guys. 3, 2, 1. What will you do? It's okay to take a second, do something a little bit easier, but then ask yourself, can I work a little bit harder? Who is feeling that in their lower belly? 3, 2, 1, take your break. Last 20 seconds of work right here. 3, 2, 1, don't hesitate. Hi, hello, hello. We're just swimming on our backs, more than halfway. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. 10 seconds to yourself. Where would this HIIT class be if we didn't have another plank for today? Nice total body move coming up next. One more plank. We're going to go for a forearm plank. I want you to have some space because we're going to add some toe taps halfway through. If this forearm plank, if being all the way up on your toes, as little of your feet on the floor as you can, still a little bit too much on your back, you bring those knees down towards the mat. But if you can be in this plank right here, even if you have to alternate between tapping your knees down, I'll show you as we get started. I'll tap my knees the first round at least. 3, 2, 1, here we go. So here in this plank, on the ball of your feet, so shifting the weight forward. Think about tapping one knee down and then the other to make it a little bit easier on yourself, or if you need to, keeping those knees on the floor. But if you have your knees on the floor, can you extend one leg and then the other, belly tight? 3, 2, 1. Feel free to take a break right here. So either knees on the floor, working in towards the full plank. Maybe you're in full plank, taking it easier on yourself. Jump back in. Remember option, straighten them out. Can you straighten both out for just a second? Or you're just hanging out in your forearm plank. But you are not in down dog. Your butt is not up towards the sky. So shift that weight forward onto the tips of your toes. Take a break. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Here we go. If that butt is high, let that glute come down. Squeezing that glute, pulling yourself forward, heels stacked right on top of the balls of the feet. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Take a break. Here we go. Oh, my shoulder's tired. Just going to take it easy on myself for a round so that I can work a little bit harder in the last rounds that we have coming up. Maybe you can still be here, extending one leg out, extending the other out, being smart for your body today. 3, 2, 1. Take a break. Cool, fun new option. Now while you're in this forearm plank, we're going to step a leg out for a nice wide leg toe tap. 3, 2, 1. So if you're on your toes, you're tapping out towards the side, bringing it back in, tapping out towards the side. Really try not to rotate your body too much. Eyes forward. 4, 3, 2, 1. Take a break. And if you're on your knees, you can still work to make this tap happen. Let's try it together if you're on your knees. Please don't feel left out. 3, 2, 1. So right here on your knees, you can still tap a knee out. Reground yourself, tap a knee out. Maybe work on extending that leg still. Tap a knee out. Extend your leg. Tap a knee out. What can you do? 3, 2, 1. Take a break. Almost done, you guys. Last 40 seconds of work. 3, 2, 1. Here we go. Last 2 rounds of work. Maybe all you're doing is hanging out in this forearm plank with the weight of your heels right on top of the balls of the feet. 4, 5, Don't stop. 3, 2, 1. Nice work. Last one. Yes, abs. Hello. Here we go. Jump in. Minimally here in your plank. Maximally wide leg toe tap. Keep bringing those glutes back in line. No down dog. 4, 3, 2, 1. Nice work. Bring your knees down. Send your hips back towards your heels. Separate your hands if you brought them together. Coming into a child's pose right here. If you want, you can even open your knees out nice and wide, sending your hips a little closer towards your heels, bringing your head down towards the mat. Even if it doesn't touch, that's okay. Bringing our head below heart's level, bringing that heart rate down. Depending on how much of a stretch you want in your shoulders, you can even tent your fingers up. Press into the tips of your fingers. If that's too much on your shoulders, even think about taking this generous bend. And start to bring your focus back towards your breath. Slow your breath down as much as you possibly can. Long, deep inhales in through your nose. And slow exhales out through your mouth. Great. 2 more breaths right here. Go ahead, start to walk your hands back in. Press yourself up into tabletop. Give yourself a couple cat-cows right here. Tucking your chin towards your chest, looking towards your knees, your belly button. And then exhaling, your belly heavy down towards the floor. Pulling your ears away from your shoulders, stretching your eyes, nose, chin up. Feel free to even start to find a little bit of a shifting of your hips. You can try it in cat, you can try it in cow, and just find what feels best for you and your body today. I'm going to turn to my side. All right, so coming back into your neutral tabletop, next we're just going to stretch it out with a little gate latch pose. So go ahead, send your right foot out towards the side, press your right toe down, and then bring your heel down in line behind your toes. Work to start pressing the edge of that right foot down into the floor, and already you should really start to feel a delightful stretch all over the inner right thigh. Keep applying some pressure of those pinky toes down towards the floor. Walk your hands in, lift yourself up, and at the top, deep inhale. Bring your arms up, right hand grabs hold of the left wrist, stretch up from your waist, squeeze your glutes, push those hips forward. Press the right edge of your foot into the floor once more, and stretch up and over towards that extended right leg. Still shoulders pulled away from your ears. One more big breath here, deep inhale. Then on your exhale, lift yourself back up. Release your right hand from your left. We're gonna send those left hand fingertips down towards the floor. Work to stack one shoulder on top of the other and lift your right leg up. Just stretch through your right hand fingertips towards the ceiling. Stretch through your right toes. Beautiful. Bring your right toes back down towards the mat. Bring your right hand back down. Walk your hands back forward towards tabletop. Bring that right leg back in. Feel free to take another moment right here in your cat-cow, just shaking it out, right and left, right and left. And we'll go ahead and get the other side. So plant your right knee down on the mat, send your left leg out, touch your toe down towards the floor, and then release that left heel down. Do your best to line up your heel behind your toe. And then just taking a moment right here back towards our breath, finding a nice stretch on the inner thigh, maybe a little towards the back of the thigh. Maybe through your whole leg, just depending on how tight your body is. Pressing the outer edge of that left foot down towards the mat. Go ahead, walk your hands in slowly. Pull your belly in, inhale those arms up overhead. This time left hand grabs hold of right wrist. Pull your belly in tight, squeeze your glutes, push your hips forward. Replant that left pinky toe down on the mat as much as you can, shoulders away from your ears. Take a deep inhale, lift up from your waist, and exhale, reach over towards that left foot. 2 more big breaths right here. One more deep inhale. On your exhale, lift yourself up, separate your hands, rain your right hand fingertips down on the floor under your shoulder. Send your left hand up towards the ceiling, lift up that left leg. Just balance here for a second. Point your left toes, a little squeezing of the glute. 3, 2, 1. Bring your left toes back down towards the mat. Bring your left hand down. Walk yourself back to center. Go ahead, bring your left leg back in. One more opportunity to shake it out for yourself here in your cat-cow. Awesome. Go ahead, tuck your toes under. Send your hips up towards the ceiling. You can take a moment right here, pedaling your legs, one and then the other. But as you're ready, start to walk your feet forward or walk your hands towards your feet. Bend your knees generously as they approacheth each other. And bring the weight back into your heels, just starting to get another stretch along the back of your legs. You're taking the rounding out of your back by bending your knees as much as you need to, even if your knees come a little forward this time, so you can really put your belly on your thighs. I like to suck my stomach in here and sometimes even think about hooking my lower rib over my knees as much as I really need to bring my chest forward, and then the bend back towards my knees. Chin can be tucked towards your chest or hanging away, whatever feels good for you. Just a little tractioning of the spine right here. The more that you bring the weight into your toes and send your hips up towards the ceiling, the more you're going to feel this stretch along the back of your legs. Maybe you even want to reach back. Give your legs a giant hug. I love you guys. Thank you for helping me through this awesome workout. All right, and then slowly, gently, with that belly pulled in, we're going to roll ourselves up one vertebrae at a time. Shake it out for a second. Yay, at the top, inhale those arms all the way up overhead. Stretch your left hand up towards the ceiling, bend your right elbow, like you're pushing the sky away, and then right hand comes up, bend your left elbow. No, the workout's over. I know, it's so devastating. All right, stretch both arms up towards the ceiling. Once more, palms facing in towards each other, thumbs towards the back. Pull your shoulders away from your ears. Re-ground your feet, suck your stomach in, stretch up towards the ceiling. Once more, send all your awesome energy up towards the sky. Deep inhale, and on your exhale, rain those fingertips down. Take a moment, interlace your fingers behind your back. Squeeze your hands, palms together as much as you can, and then stretch your knuckles down towards the floor. Squeeze your shoulder blades together once more. You can squeeze those hips forward, engage your glutes again. Feel free to tuck your chin towards your chest, even starting to lift your hands up behind you to create an extra little stretch right here. If that's uncomfortable, you can keep stretching down towards the floor. Keep those feet grounded, pull your belly in. Exhale, release. Go ahead, bring your hands, palms together in front of you. Interlace your fingers and the palms of your hands stretch towards the wall behind you. Find that rounding of your spine once more. On your inhale, stretch those hands up towards the ceiling for the last time. And exhale, stretch all the way out towards the side. You can turn to the right, you can turn towards the left. As you rain those arms down towards the side. Yay! And give yourself some props. Thank you guys so much for coming to today's HIIT workout. I hope you had a great Tabata time with me. If you have any questions or concerns, please know you can always reach out. I can't wait to see you guys again soon. I hope you have a wonderful day.